Let me say something that's going to make some of you angry. And I want you to stay angry for the next couple of minutes, because by the end, that anger is going to turn into something useful. Most Nigerians who complain about not having money are not broke. They are disorganized. And here's the part that should keep you up at night. A disorganized person who suddenly earns more money does not become a rich person. They become a disorganized person with more money to lose. The chaos does not disappear when the income rises. The chaos scales up with it. I'm going to prove that to you today, not with theory, with 3 real people, 3 real salaries, 3 real bank accounts, and somewhere in these 3 people, you're going to see yourself. I am almost sure of it. So, before you click away, sit down, pull up a chair. Your uncle is about to show you something about your own money that nobody has been honest enough to tell you. Welcome back, friends. I'm Adani, your rich uncle, development pro-turned entrepreneur and author of From Paycheck to Portfolio, here to help you build something real to show for all those years of hard work. No jargon, no gatekeeping. I say it as it is. There are enough people online making you feel good while your account stays empty. And I'm here to make you better with money. And sometimes, better starts with uncomfortable. If this is your first time here, this channel is where we tell the truth about money in Nigeria. No motivational nonsense. No aspire to perspire to inspire. No just believe and it will come. I'm here to talk about real Naira, real numbers, real Nigerian life. Subscribe, because what I'm about to say today is only the first of many conversations. Now, let's get into it. Here is how I know this is you. You get paid on the 25th. By the 5th of the following month, 11 days, sometimes less, something has happened to most of that money. And if I sat down and asked you to account for it, Naira by Naira, you could not do it. You could name the rent, maybe the transport, and then the rest disappears into a fog of small things. When someone asks you how you are managing financially, you say, we are surviving. When they ask what you're investing in, you suddenly remember you have somewhere to be. I'm not mocking you. I've watched this pattern in hundreds of people, and I want to show you that it has almost nothing to do with how much you earn. Let me introduce you to 3 people. Watch carefully, because the lesson is hiding in the comparison. The first person is Ifeanyi. He earns 80,000 Naira a month, lives in Gwarimpa, shares a flat with a friend to cut rent. By every measure, Ifeanyi has the least to work with of our 3 people. He's the one society will point to and say, this one cannot save. He doesn't earn enough. The second person is Tomiwa. She earns 300,000 Naira a month, works at a decent firm on the mainland, a real salary, the kind people respect when you mention it. She is, in the eyes of everyone around her, doing well. The third person is Mike. He earns 1.2 million Naira a month, a senior role, oil and gas adjacent. The kind of money that to Ifeanyi earning 80,000 Naira sounds like a different planet. Mike has on paper 15 times what Ifeanyi has. Now here is the question that this entire video turns on. Which of these 3 people do you think has money left at the end of the month? Hold your answer. Because the truth is going to surprise you, and then it is going to teach you. Let's start with Mike, the 1.2 million man. Mike's money arrives on the 25th, and by the time it lands, it is already spent in his mind and increasingly in reality. The estate in Lekki is not cheap. The 2 cars, one of them financed, eat fuel and maintenance, and the loan payment. The children's school fees in a private school that charges in a currency that is technically Naira, but priced in dollars. The lifestyle that a 1.2 million Naira man is expected to perform, the Ashebi, the Owambe spraying, the Mike will sort it energy whenever the extended family gathers. By the 10th of the month, Mike, the millionaire, is moving money between accounts to make things work. He has no emergency fund. If his salary stopped for 60 days, his entire life will unravel inside 2 months. 15 times Ifeanyi's income, and he is 15 times more fragile because everything he has is committed and nothing he has is organized. Now, Tomiwa, the 300,000 woman. Tomiwa is the most interesting of the three because Tomiwa is where most of you watching actually live. She's not struggling like Ifeanyi. She's not performing well like Mike. She's comfortable. And comfort, I'm going to argue, is the most dangerous financial position in Nigeria because it feels fine right now up until the day it doesn't. Tomiwa's 300,000 lands. There is no system. It all goes into one account. Salary, savings, spending, everything in one pool mixing together like water. And because it is all in one pool, every need dips into the same place. Groceries, dip. Friend's birthday at a nice spot, dip. The blouse she saw, dip. Data, bolt, the impulse, the let me just dip, dip, dip. By month's end, Tomiwa looks at the account and feels that specific Nigerian confusion. I earn good money, where does it go? She's not broke. She's not reckless. She is just disorganized. The money has no instructions, so it follows the path of least resistance, which is out. Finally, Ifeanyi, the 80,000 man. Now watch this carefully because this is the twist. Ifeanyi, earning the least of all three, does one thing differently. The day his 80,000 lands, he does not let it sit in one pool. He immediately splits it. Rent money, moved and untouchable. A small amount, just 5,000 naira, into a separate place he has trained himself not to touch. And the rest, that becomes his living money. And when it is finished, it is finished. And he does not borrow against the rent or the 5,000. 5,000 naira a month, it sounds like nothing. To Mike, it is a rounding error. To Tomiwa, it is one dinner. But Ifeanyi has something neither of them has, and that is a system. The money knows where to go before his feelings get involved. At the end of the year, Ifeanyi, the lowest earner of the three, is the only one of them with money set aside. 60,000 naira and growing. Mike, on 15 times the salary, has nothing but obligations. Tomiwa has confusion and a vague sense of guilt. The problem was never the amount coming in. The problem is the system that handles it when it arrives. Or more honestly, the absence of one. If someone doubled your salary tonight, you would not become Ifeanyi, you would become Mike. More money pouring into the same broken structure does not fix the structure. It just gives the chaos more to work with. This is not a poverty problem wearing a poverty costume. This is an organization problem wearing a poverty costume. And there are two completely different illnesses that happen to share a symptom, an empty account. Now let me show you the mechanism in slow motion because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. Disorganized money lives in one account, one pool. Salary lands and it goes into the same place with no walls between purposes. And money with no walls behaves like water with no container. It spreads until it is gone, and it takes the shape of whatever wants it most in the moment. So, when groceries call, you spend. When your friend's birthday lands as a spot in Lekki or Maitama, you spend. When DSTV sends that reminder, you spend. When your phone screen cracks and you perform the small negotiation in your head where a want gets reclassified as an emergency, you spend. And every one of those feels reasonable in the moment, and that is the trap. No single decision feels wrong. It is the absence of a structure that makes the sum of them devastating. Rich people, and I mean genuinely wealthy people, not the performers, do not have more discipline in the moment. That is a myth. What they have is architecture, containers. The salary arrives and immediately each portion knows its job. There is no daily battle with willpower because the decision was made once in advance, in a calm moment, not 40 times a month in the heat of temptation. Now, I can hear you. 3 objections are forming in your mind right now, and I'm going to answer all 3 because if I don't, you will use them as the door to walk out of this lesson unchanged. Objection 1. Uncle, my salary is so small that even if I organized it, there's nothing to organize. I hear you, and I want you to look again at Ifeanyi, 80,000 naira, the lowest of the 3. He is the one who succeeded. The size of the salary is not what builds the habit. The act of organizing builds the habit. And here is the thing that nobody tells you. The habit is the actual asset. The person who can organize 80,000 naira becomes the person who can organize 800,000. But the person who cannot account for 80,000 will not magically grow discipline when the zeros increase. The zeros change. The behavior does not unless you change it deliberately, now while the stakes are small enough to practice on. Objection 2. Uncle, you don't understand my responsibilities. My situation is different. I have people depending on me. Maybe. Almost everyone believes their situation is the exception. But the family obligations, the black tax, the people calling, those are real and they are precisely why you need the system, not the reason why you can't have one. A disorganized person with heavy family obligations doesn't help the family more. They just bleed faster and help nobody. Because eventually, what happens is that they too become the person who needs helping. The most generous thing you can do for the people depending on you is become organized enough to actually be a reliable source and not a panicky one. Objection number 3. I'll start when things calm down. Things will not calm down. No. This is Nigeria. There's always an election, always a fuel price, always a naira movement, always a reason it is not the right month. The people who built something did not wait for calm. They built during the storm, with whatever they had, the way they had it. Calm is not coming to give you permission. You have to start without it. Let me lift us up for a moment out of the personal and into the national, because there is a reason this pattern is so common here specifically. In many societies, the financial system itself imposes organization on you. Money is automatically routed. Pension here, tax there, savings vehicle here, almost before you see it. The structure is built into the environment. You are organized by default. In Nigeria, the structure is not built in most of the time. Your full salary hits your account, raw and undivided, and you're expected to be the entire financial system yourself. The pension department, the savings department, the budgeting department, all of it by hand every single month against enormous social and economic pressure piling at the money from every direction. So the disorganization is not a personal moral failing. It is what happens when individuals are asked to manually perform a job that in better structured economies the system does automatically. That is not an excuse. It is a diagnosis. And the cure is to deliberately build the structure that your environment refuses to build for you. This is the entire game. So here is the starting point, not the perfect system, the starting point. The thing you do this month with the next salary before anything else. When the money lands, before you spend 1 naira, before you even open Instagram, you divide it into 3 groups. Just 3, that's all. Do not over-engineer this. Group 1, your obligations. Rent, bills, the things with fixed deadlines and real consequences. Calculate this exact number, not a vibe, the actual figure, and move it immediately into a place reserved for it. If your rent is yearly, divide it by 12 and plan and save accordingly for it before it ambushes you. Group 2, your future self, and this is the non-negotiable one. Even if it's 5%, even if it is 2%, even if it is 2,000 naira, the amount is almost irrelevant at the start. The act is everything. Move it somewhere with friction, Not your main account where you will see it and rationalize touching it. A separate vault, a locked plan, a savings app maybe that makes you wait before you can withdraw. Friction is your friend. Friction is the wall. Group 3, everything else. This is your living money, food, transport, airtime, the birthday dinner, the small joys. And here is the rule that makes the whole thing work. When this pool is empty, it is empty. You do not raid group 1. You do not touch group 2. You let the month be tight and you learn from the tightness. The next month, you allocate a little smarter. That is it. 3 groups. It is not revolutionary. It is not complicated. It is basic money architecture. And most Nigerians, including ones earning more than you, are living without it entirely. Now let me prepare you for something, because if I don't, you will quit in week 2. The first month will feel terrible. Your living money pool will run out before the month ends and you will feel the squeeze, and a voice will say, this system is not working. Let me go back to the old way. That voice is lying to you. The squeeze is not the system failing. The squeeze is the system showing you the truth, that your spending was always larger than your structure. You just couldn't see it because everything was mixed in one pool. The pain of month 1 is the price of seeing clearly. Pay it. By month 3, the walls feel normal and the chaos you used to live in starts to look insane. Your uncle is not calling you irresponsible. Irresponsible is a character judgment, and I don't believe that about you. I am calling you unorganized, and that is a far better diagnosis, because character is hard to change, but a system you can build this weekend. So start this month. Don't wait for the raise. The raise will only magnify whatever structure you have or don't have. Don't wait for the business to take off. Don't wait for calm. Start with what you have exactly the way you have it, this very next salary. 3 groups: obligations, future self, and living money. Build the walls and watch what happens by month 3. This is what Uncle came to tell you today. If this made you see your own account differently, share it with someone who needs it. You already know who they are. Their face came to your mind while I was talking. Send it to them. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, because next time your uncle is going to show you exactly where to put group 2 so that it actually grows instead of just sitting there. That conversation is coming. Make sure also that you check the description of this video to grab your freebie so that we can continue the conversation there. Until then, go and build your walls.